favorite shirts.
There we go. I hope I went live on the right page now. I just realized this could be on my personal Facebook. Oh, wow. We shall see here. Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hi.
That would be fun, actually. We can do that too. Maybe we can. No, it's on the right page.
Oh, yeah. So Christian thought that he actually pressed live on his personal Facebook. So
Just for a second.
that would have been awkward.
Why? Because of what we're going to talk about today? Because of the title? We're going to talk about sex?
No, but that would not necessarily because of that, but just because of that's well. Why can't you drop live personally?
We can do live. Yeah, exactly. By the way, do you guys like our shirts? Check it out. Woohoo! Let's take a picture. Can't see your head. Okay, so yeah, we're really happy, stoked about these shirts. We got it from our friends.
Yes.
Out in Sleepy Hollow.
New York.
Yeah, Jonas and Lindsay,
Yeah.
and you guys have to check out their Instagram. They have an amazing like style, kind of a, what would you call their style? You're better with
Vintage, like this very cozy. Cottage life.
Cozy cottage life, Halloween, you know, like all those good things.
Yes, and it's like
They're both into metal, you know.
yes,
Yeah.
yes, and they are like, you get so good vibe. It's kind of spooky, cozy,
Yeah.
cute, like no matter actually if you're a woman or a man,
Yeah.
you get this very like relaxed feeling when you watch their videos.
Yeah.
That's the goal of the videos, and they're
I
amazing.
love what they're doing. They're friends of ours, and you can check it out. They have an Instagram called It's a Charming Life, and their website, I believe, is itsacharminglife.com. And you can find them all sorts of cool stuff, you know, there that you can get, like arts type stuff.
Yeah, because Jonas is an artist. He has designed these shirts too. So
Yes.
yeah.
Awesome. Woohoo!
Honey,
Yeah.
can I come back in 1 second? I forgot my rings. I want to go.
Okay, yeah, go get them. I'll just talk to these lovely people here. Hey, what's up? Hill Scott, Martin de Jong, and Ranuka Tilan. Wow, there's some cool looking names. Yeah, I love it. I love that it's like international here. So, yeah, so we thought we would have a little bit of a Q&A if you have some brave people who wants to ask questions. What's up, Sigmar? Welcome. About sex, then we would be more than happy to talk to you guys about it and answer any questions that you might have. You can ask about sex and marriage. You know, we've been married for a year now, so or anything else, or anything regarding sex. We're happy to talk about it. We are going to talk about it. So. Hello, Carol Bingham.
I had actually forgot to wear my ring. I usually never take it away.
Yeah.
But if sometimes when I wash my hair with purple shampoo, that's good for blonde hair.
Yeah.
That makes it kind of look like cooler tone.
Yeah.
Then I take my rings off.
Yes.
And I also had to. I realized I had forgot to put deodorant on, and maybe today's topic I don't want to.
You don't want to.
Forgot.
I don't care. Well, it's only me here. I
Yeah.
really don't mind. So.
I mind if I smell bad, of course. Feels.
Yeah. I get it.
I mind. Yeah.
You mind. Oh, we got Himashu as Rajesh Kumar. We got some Indian looking names.
That's
here.
so cool.
Very cool. Hey, Rajesh. What is up? Are you from India? Let us know in the comments. Let us know where you guys are from.
Yeah. We're from. I'm from Finland. Like I've been born in Finland, and you are from
Sweden. So where are you guys from?
Yeah.
You guys might know that already, where we're from.
Yeah.
So
I think I'm seeing new names though.
Yeah,
So,
yeah. I am definitely seeing new names. Hi, Carol. Good to have you here. So yeah, so we're still in Norway. We'll be here another month. And we'll come back after Christmas. Actually.
Yeah, we're living a night owl life right now.
Living what?
Night owl.
Night owl life. Yeah.
Night owl life.
Yeah, for sure.
That bird.
Yeah, it's not my time schedule really, but it's actually it works
It's
quite well. I'm
yeah,
gonna move this a little bit so I can see the time.
yeah. Honey,
Mhm.
if you want, we can do this.
See, this is why I have a wife. This is why we're married. So, yeah, let's just start talking about it. It's the topic. We might have a lot of questions. You know, if we have any brave people who wants to ask questions, then go for it.
Yeah, please.
We thought we'd talk about. We haven't talked about sex at all. We're coming up on 1 year here in 12 days.
12 days?
12 days. We've been married 1 year.
I need to rush with my blog post. It needs to be out in 12
You need to rush with your blog post. You're gonna make a blog post about or that.
Yeah, I mean about our wedding, not
Oh,
necessarily
yeah.
the sex.
not the sex. Yeah. That would be a good Instagram post. So so let's start talking about it. And you guys can, if you have any questions, please let us know because we call this video "Ask Us About Sex." So ask us anything. I don't know what questions I can try and think of. Oh, these are probably the questions I would have as a single person, but.
Or a married person.
Or a married person, but
or an engaged person.
Yeah. Ask about sex. We've talked about boundaries.
Or as a parent.
Or as a parent, yeah, anything. We've talked about boundaries before, but let's talk more about like just maybe some. We've already talked about that. I mean, unless you guys have questions about it. So
yeah, we've talked about how to not to have sex.
How to not do it? Yeah, exactly. Hello, Christine, Craig, and then a name I can't really pronounce. Ahi or something. And we got Jennifer here.
Coffee. Yes, this is my first cup of coffee for this day. It tastes so good. First and last, I only have one.
You only have one?
Yeah.
Okay, that's good. Not too. I don't drink too much either.
Yeah.
So yeah, we got some people from India here. That's awesome.
Awesome.
Yeah, well, what we were talking about, one thing was like we were just talking about today, what can like hinder connection in marriage.
Oh yeah, and why is that related to sex?
Yeah. What is that related to sex? We already got a question here, so let's get to it because this is all for you guys. Okay, Carol is saying, hey, one thing that confuses me is if I don't live together first, how do I know if you're sexually compatible? The man may be satisfied, but the woman may not be satisfied at all. Good question. This is something that I hear a lot, so let's talk about it.
Is this
good morning, Nanette. So cool that you're here. Yay. Love it. From Nashville. Man, I miss Nashville. Wish I could be there. Just teleport myself and be there for like a week. Miss you guys. Very good question. Okay, so how do you know, if you don't live together first and have sex, how do you know if you're sexually compatible or not?
Well, if you live together first with many guys and then you have a lot of experiences, maybe then that's the only scenario where you actually think that way. That you start,
you're not saying that this is
we
you.
don't fit together. Yeah, I'm not necessarily talking. I'm thinking about it.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, let's say it's just one person. Let's say you both like nobody.
Virgins.
Yeah. Nobody has any experience, But then, how do you know that it's actually you actually gonna have a good sex life in marriage? I have some thoughts.
You have some thoughts. I'm thinking about like what my yacht leader told me when I told for us when me and my friends were like 14, 15. She was like, well, basically, every penis fits to every vagina, so it's not going to work out.
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good one. I mean, what is it's interesting. What does sexual compatibility mean? Because we can throw this word out there, and it's like, but what does it actually really mean?
What do you think?
Well, it's like, so she was saying like the man might be satisfied, but the woman might not be satisfied at all. Well, what does it take for a woman to be satisfied, first and foremost? Let's talk about that.
For me, it somehow feels like maybe she isn't being given any attention or somehow being taken care of, which I would
outside the bedroom.
I was actually thinking about the bedroom.
In the bedroom, yeah. Yeah.
But you have a good point.
Yeah. Okay, so you mean taken care of? Feeling safe?
Yeah, because that might be also something that maybe you feel safer with certain people than the others, and it's really like if you can relax with certain people, maybe you're in like, I don't know, I'm just thinking, then
With certain people,
like
your husband.
yeah, like then it might feel difficult, especially in the beginning, because in the beginning of marriage, very hard things usually come up on the surface that didn't come before marriage.
Yeah.
It's like some kind of childhood trauma that usually, I don't know why, but I've heard this so many times, something might come up.
Okay.
And that might close their heart a little bit.
Yes. Okay, first and foremost, I think that...
Oh yeah? Did I go to...
No, that's great. No. We're just... No. Thinking out loud, dude. This is really good. Like, what you're talking about is that you need to feel safe, you need to close your heart. And I think if you live together, that is not a good foundation for feeling safe in a relationship, especially for a woman, but for a man too, that you can actually open your heart up. And I think there will always be like closing of the heart. So, which will mean that the woman won't enjoy it as much and the man won't enjoy it as much, because there's trust that's being broken. And even if you get married, then there's going to be damage there.
It doesn't automatically...
That will need to be repaired, you know. So it's way better to not have sex. No, it's fine. Yeah. Before marriage, so, you know.
Yeah, it doesn't automatically get fixed that if you guys have been... I'm not talking to you, but like in general, if someone...
You mean the person asking the question?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. It's a great question, by the way.
Yeah.
I have to say.
If people sleep together and then get married, it doesn't get fixed. I'm sorry.
Oh, you mean like, what doesn't get fixed?
The kind of the issue that caused. And what it caused is maybe hard to see if, like, not necessarily everybody walk around and realize I'm walking with pain, I'm walking with a wound, I'm walking with brokenness. I might feel I'm awesome. Yeah. Like, what are you talking about? But there's so much more beyond, like, if you don't do that, then how your life will turn out, because you are more able to be vulnerable, and when you're being more vulnerable, you actually have way more pleasure also sexually. And I assume this question is asking what if, like, the woman doesn't feel any pleasure, doesn't get any pleasure.
That I think there could be this is like there's so many aspects to this. And by the way, guys, we're talking about sex, as you can see in this if you just joined, we're talking about sex. Ask us anything about sex. We're talking about sexual compatibility, and how can you know that if you're not married? Okay, so I want to talk about that, like the sexual compatibility part, because do you think that even exists? Like, for example, do you think we're compatible?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, I'm a bit like, yes, that's not a doubt, but I'm like, just like, how would you translate that word?
Compatible. It's basically like, if you and me are not compatible,
it means that we like, if we are both running, we run in differently, like, categories.
Yeah. Like, basically, if you and me are not compatible with life, like maybe our dreams, then you and me have opposite dreams. Like, you want to travel the world and I want to live on a farm.
Could it be that the man wants all kind of wild things and the woman wants more like peaceful things?
Yeah.
Oh.
So talking about I'm talking about not feeling safe.
Oh yeah.
But sexual fantasy. Okay, I'm not sure I understood this one. I'm talking about not feeling safe. Okay, you talking about are you not talking about that one thing? Okay, so the thing is, here's the deal. Like, when we get married, it's like that's when our sex lives start, and nothing that you just start is gonna be like, if you pick up the guitar and you start learning that, it's not gonna be like as good as it is 10 years later.
No, but it might give you some pleasure, like, oh, great, I make some noise.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So there's absolutely that. When you just love each other, you're just like happy to be with each other, and there's no performance because you have a lifetime to learn, to get to know each other, to sync better and see what each other likes and just doesn't like. And I think just the most important thing is just to communicate, talk about that, be open and vulnerable with each other, and just yeah, it's a very like intimate thing that you have to like you grow with. And I have talked to other married couples that it just gets better and better. People have been married 1 year or maybe even longer. So if you keep building it, keep working on building that trust, then it just gets better and better. That's I can only speak for myself, but yeah, absolutely, it's better now. Because we are more connected, we know each other better, we're more comfortable with each other. It wasn't that we were uncomfortable with each other, but it's just like everything is better in marriage. You get to know each other more and more. So I think
absolutely,
if both people are focused on loving each other, like that's the focus, and I don't see how there could be like an incompatibility with sex.
Yeah, and about sexual fantasies, like what Carol is mentioning,
Yeah.
I'd say that the boundary in bedroom goes where the other person is like comfortable, like
Yes.
who is more like saying like, no, I'm not comfortable with that. That's where the boundary goes.
Yeah.
Even though they wouldn't be on the same level.
Yeah, let's say that's an example, but then if that person does not respect that, like let's say the guy doesn't respect that, then he doesn't respect the woman.
Yeah, and that's not something. Our sex life doesn't work out. That means your marriage has an issue that needs to be taken care of, because that's like a respect problem, not a bedroom problem.
Yeah, like what do you say? Like there's some people who say like, yeah, we had a great relationship, but they just didn't work out in the sex department. That didn't work out.
Sounds like there was some deeper connection problems. I'm sorry, guys.
Don't be sorry. No, I mean, it's good news, because what is sex? It is connection. It is a very, very like deep connection, very private between a husband and wife. And it really, just me getting married, I just realized even more why it's so important that this is just protected in marriage, because it just needs that. Great answer, Heta, from Nanette. Thanks a lot. And let us know if there's anything we're saying like that you want us to expand on more. Hope that makes sense, Carol, and feel free to follow up. And if you have other questions about sex, happy to share about it. But I want to say this is that it's if you have a sex problem, you have a connection problem.
And why is that? Let's give some real life examples.
Sex is about connection. It's okay. Some real life examples, like.
And we can give woman and like wife and husband perspectives.
Okay. Yeah. What would? So basically, if you guys are connected, you have good connection, then that it's going to be fine. You won't have any problem with in the bedroom. And if you do, there's something like it won't be an issue because you are so connected. It's like what we talked about before. When you feel connected, problems are not problems anymore.
Yeah, it somehow feels like it's we can use this movie example which we've told before about connection, like
but the Netflix thing that we talked about.
Yeah. Like when we're choosing a show or film from TV and we're disconnected, we can't find something to watch.
Yeah.
It's a joke. It's a joke. If we haven't realized that we are very disconnected, that's the last place we can oh yeah, maybe we should do something about this. And if we are connected, it takes 1 minute and we right away we find something.
Yeah.
And that's how it works in bedroom too.
Yes. Yeah. Perfect response from Scott. Thanks a lot. Thanks a lot, man. So I would probably think I could guess what we've talked about this, and by the way, this is where we're at right now. If you ask me a year from now, I'm sure I'm going to have even deeper thoughts about sex because we're constantly learning about it. I think this is something that the Lord reveals more and more, like as you get married, which is exciting. Because don't believe the lie that it's like, oh, it's amazing in the beginning and then it just fades and then it becomes stagnant and all that. Like a marriage can become like that if you let it, but it does not have to be. It's not. It's supposed to go like this. If it doesn't, then something is wrong, and fix it because it can be fixed.
Yeah, and I think especially for women, it becomes like this.
Yeah.
Because more I can open my heart and feel vulnerable, more pleasure I feel. Absolutely.
Yeah.
And if I'm holding something in my heart,
Same here. Yeah.
In my heart against you, I'm offended. I'm sad. I feel like
you're mad. Yeah.
Yeah. No, but sometimes it's that I haven't even realized that I got really hurt of what you've said to me.
Yeah.
I've just like kind of like pushed it away. It's nothing
Heta.
like, yeah, but it's nothing like, no big deal. But I realized that I'm actually feeling hurt of what you told me. I don't know if all the women are like this, not necessarily, but I'm like,
yeah,
I became a crybaby when we got married. I didn't cry much before we got married.
Yeah.
Is that true?
Yeah, it's true. You started crying a lot more when we got married.
Yeah.
You cried a little bit before.
Oh, yeah.
One time before marriage when your eyebrows got messed up like a week before we got married. It got fixed though, but that's a different story. That you cried?
Oh, yeah. We were about to get married. I went for this beauty treatment that made my eyebrows like permanently look good, but they looked awful.
Yeah.
And she also made my nails, and they looked like a 5-year-old would have done them. And I just cried. I cried because I was so horrified.
Yeah.
But that got fixed. Next day I went for another person.
yeah, absolutely.
Anyway.
So yes, if you feel like I'm not taking care of you, you feel hurt, misunderstood, you're probably not going to feel like want to open up as much, maybe not even want to have sex at all.
Yes.
Even though that hasn't really been a problem in our marriage, that we've denied each other that,
No, because we have an attitude that we don't want to do that, actually, just to nurture our relationship.
Yes, because if sometimes, if I feel like maybe criticizing something, maybe then I'm gonna feel like I don't want to, But
I'm so sorry.
But this is what the cool thing about sex is that like because it's naturally you want to have that, it naturally will bring you like towards each other, and sometimes if you're feeling disconnected, you actually just need to be intimate. And that will fix it. And afterwards, you're like, oh, what was the problem again?
Yeah.
It's like.
Yeah. It does solve things or help solve things, because at least if I think about myself, it might bring clarity to my feelings.
That's very interesting. That happens a lot. That you will realize what you're feeling afterwards. That was like, wow, that's something I never expected.
I'm like starting crying. I've been very sad this week, but I realized it only now. Yeah.
So I hope that it clears it up for you. There's so many things we can talk about that, but basically, like, just wait until you get married. You will not regret it. It'll be much better. Like, you will have there's so much more freedom, and you don't have a lot of that junk you have to work through to get healing from. Like, you would want to spend your first year of marriage enjoying it. And not like just
having
issues pain about it.
Yeah.
And if you do, like, there are things that will come up. That's okay. Like now you have a safe place for those things to be healed. Which is wonderful.
Yeah.
It's a wonderful way to love each other. Like really.
Yeah, and it can be something that, especially like for husbands, good to know new husbands. That it's very vulnerable for the new wives, and it can bring up all kind of like I'm talking about virgins, not just people who have passed, but it can bring up a lot of all kind of sensitive stuff up, and like it can be a bit like a lot of crying and stuff because it's emotional. And I've heard that before. That it's not just me that might cry a lot.
Okay. Yeah, I've heard that too. I've heard that too. If someone I really love listening to is like Justin and Abby Stumble. They have a podcast about, I can't remember what they're called, but Justin and Abby, ABI, Stumble. They have a podcast. They talk about married life and sex and all that. And I know she was saying that she was a virgin, but she was crying like so much, in the first year of marriage, because there were so many like wounds and like shame that came up with it that got healed, and he just loved her through that. So it's really beautiful. We got another question here.
Yeah.
What is acceptable in the marriage bed? Great question. And, when I was a single, I asked the same thing.
I asked the same thing when we were in relationship from my kind of not spiritual mother, but someone who like I talked to.
So what was the answer you got? And
I got offended by her answer.
And do you agree with it, or do you not? Do you have some reservation? Okay, you got offended. What was her answer, and why did you get offended? We don't have to say anything.
Yeah, I asked very forward questions, like very specific stuff. Is this? And she listened to me, and then she answered to all of that, like, you need to ask Holy Spirit. I was like,
I like that answer.
Yeah. I was like, no, I wanted to like kind of know, but now my answer is like, yeah, good one, because it doesn't automatically work that I do something that maybe my heart isn't ready for, or my heart doesn't actually like I would say, like, it's very fun to, instead of have a lot of like, what is like, I have already decided these things, what I want or what I and now I'm talking from the perspective of me before I was married.
Okay, yeah.
So when you actually get married, it's like a lot of excitement and fun to actually start talking about these things. Like, what do you think about this? What do you think about that? Oh, you don't like that idea? Okay, and like.
Yeah. And, I think we have been very, very open with each other, and that hasn't really been like, I can't think of that we've been like, oh, I have this, I would love to do it, and the other person's like, you are weird. There's no at all, not at all. You know what I realized? Okay, what happens in the marriage bed is okay when both people are in agreement. Yes, I would say that.
Say like that's how I think.
Yeah, like if you focus on connection, those things will take care of themselves, and be open and vulnerable with each other. Like don't. One thing that so what I realized was that things that maybe like before marriage I thought was like, oh, this is kind of I don't know, like sex somehow because I don't have that perspective, feels kind of dirty. I did have this like healthy mindset that I'm like, I know it's healthy and good, but there are certain things it's like, oh, this is really dirty and all that. Like it needs to be like, well, you had such a cool thing. Sex in marriage, you thought it would be like, what was it like? Ooh, like
angels
singing.
Something.
Yeah. So these things that I thought was like gonna be, kind of, I don't know what I should say, raunchy or dirty. Like when you're married, they're just not. Like it's like. It's interesting how like like sex is so pure in marriage that I think there's a lot of room for adventure, having fun, exploring. I think men and women are a little bit different there. For women, like you're much more emotional. Like there's certain times where you just feel really vulnerable. You will tell me.
Yeah.
And that can be true for me too, actually.
And I would say for like married people, when they
hope that makes sense. Like there's so much freedom, but as long as both people are okay with it,
Yeah, you're answering the question. That's correct. Yeah.
Sorry, what were you saying? I interrupted you.
What's the first thing God told Adam after he presented him with his new bride Eve? Isn't that the multiply first? Or is that
be fruitful and multiply. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
If I remember correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Yeah. That's also someone said that like that's very, very powerful warfare when married people have sex. And if you need warfare, like what I mean by that, like spiritual warfare, like if you're having like, I would say oppression or like some kind of, is that the right word I chose?
Oppression, yeah.
Like somehow spiritually like a difficult atmosphere, that's very powerful tool. Like you're praying for something, that's also very God like really blesses that.
Yeah, absolutely. So
Yeah,
it's
then,
like you think a problem we have a lot of times, our society has made sex as a separate thing. Like sex is part of the relationship, and it's the whole relationship. It is not just like the time you have like in bed, like I might say like intercourse. Like it's so much everything else like around like you just have an intimate relationship with your spouse that you don't have with anyone else. And it's awesome. Like you can be flirty and have fun and just like yeah.
And those things don't necessarily like change like when you get married, like ding, and suddenly it's like it takes time to like kind of open up your like and learn.
Yeah, well, we just had a conversation yesterday where I was feeling like awkward about certain things, and I feel like, oh, am I weird, saying certain things or giving certain compliments. And you're like, no, I like it.
I like it even. I like roll my eyes or punch you. Yeah.
If I say things that, but yeah. So, everybody has different personalities. Everybody are like, and I really believe that God knows what he's doing when he puts people together. Like, I'm not saying that there's like only one person and all that, but for us, I really believe that it was a match made in heaven, and we're compatible. We're different in so many ways, and we have to grow. And some things we have to, we can like really get annoyed with each other because we're so different. But it's a blessing that we are, because we have to grow and improve. But we are so compatible in like what we want in life, how we're wired, those big things. So why wouldn't God make you compatible with, in your sex life with your partner? I think it's a matter of trust. Like just trust that God will, give you that. And
I have what comes to my mind. Like if I look back when we just met, I wouldn't have said that we necessarily like want same things. Yes, we wanted same things in a way that we both wanted to live fully for the Lord, and we were like, our faith was on the same level.
Yeah.
But everything else was like not like mirror image.
Well, certain things, like even like kids, we taught certain things, family values for that.
These things, yes.
Like these big things, even like what kind of a house we would like, was very similar, certain things, and we both like to travel and things.
These things, yeah. Okay, that's true. Yeah. It wasn't that I want to be home and you want to be out.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but some other things that I was kind of concerned about, like you were very social and I wasn't. Like you talked to people and I stayed back. Now I feel awkward about it. You've helped me to get my breakthrough with becoming more social, because that's who I am. But I just had like a emotional.
It's also a Finnish thing. But it was funny because when I met you, I thought you were very social.
Well, I am very social in Christian conferences and like when I'm doing well. But if I'm not doing well emotionally, I tend to like
you pull away. Back. Yeah. And it's the Finnish culture is also not, you don't like, hey, what's up, stranger? Like in the US.
Yeah.
Where you're like, if I ask the cashier, how's your day going? She's like, oh, honey, I've had the roughest day. Like I've had cashiers said this. And blah, 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 blah. It would never happen in Finland, for example.
Yeah. They're like, who's talking to me?
So it's a bit of a cultural thing.
That's true, yeah.
But I think...
at my point.
Okay, your point.
yeah, that I was concerned of so many things. I was like, oh, he's musician. I don't. Okay,
Yeah.
I don't care about music.
She
Yeah,
doesn't
like
care about
we
music.
have.
I didn't mind.
But now I do.
That's true.
Yeah. That's like a little
Yeah.
awkward, but
yeah, you had all these things. And...
yeah, like I was calculating all these little things. I'm sporty. He's not. No, you're sporty. I'm not.
I am sportier than you right now.
All these things that I thought that would matter that we don't. Maybe I'm not sure if we fit together. And now, like those are like marriage just makes you alike. I've become a lot like you, and you've become a lot like me. Yeah.
Like, if you've ever seen this, like,
and we've been married 1 year. What the heck will we be in 20 years? Yeah.
20 years, 50 years. Yeah. You know, like, I love when you see this older couple and they're kind of like very similar. Like, they have the same, they don't even have to have been married that long, but there's like something with couples, like they have really good marriages, they've been married for a while. They have like the same vibe, atmosphere. Like this, it's not just like, if you take us, for example, like it's not just Heta plus Christian. It's like Heta Christian. It's like it's something together. And I see that with other couples that I look up to, that there's like, oh, thanks, Lindsay. Yay, thanks. Lindsay is the one. They made these shirts.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've already made commercial for you guys before in the beginning of this video. Thanks a lot, Lindsay, for stopping by. So, yeah. So what was your point there?
Yeah, my point was there about the, I don't know how to pronounce the word, compatibility. Yeah, compatibility.
Yeah.
That, yeah, it's not always so obvious, like, what that actually is. Yeah.
Yeah, but you know what? I think there are ways to figure out that you are compatible before you're married. Yeah, because when we're dating, like, we're connecting on so many levels, and just kind of how you were as a person, how me, you know, as a person, when you really get to know each other, like, even getting past, like, the first initial stage. Like, I know I'm kind of, like, I don't believe in sexual compatibility in one way, but in the other way, it's like, I could just tell that this is going to be fine, you know. And even if it wouldn't be, if something would come up, like, if you love the other person, like, you will work it out. Like, you will, if you're both going towards wholeness and you want to be healthy and whole, and both love Jesus, and you want to, no matter what, love each other well. Like, I don't see how there can be a problem, you know, because you'll figure out a way to work through that. And like, it's really something that the enemy wants to mess up, and he really wants to make you not have sex, because it's so powerful and it makes you so connected.
This is the funny thing. Before you get married, like, what enemy is trying to do, he's trying to, like, that you guys would have sex. And when you get married, he's trying to get you guys not to have sex. Yeah. Doesn't that say something about sex, how important it is, and how important it is to protect it?
It's such a good point. It's such a good point.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And things that might come, like, between are, like, that everyone should be very, very aware. Like, something like hiding things from each other. Yeah. Hiding things, yeah. Like, it's either sin or whatever. Yeah. Or I would say, if I think me as a woman, it's very tempting to hide certain kind of feelings. Yeah. Like, and I feel like sometimes I don't know, like, get offended or angry, like this kind of things, and they are seriously super toxic. If I hold those in my heart, I'm not going to be very vulnerable and gentle and, like, fire filled in like bedroom if I'm, like, just kind of, like, super offended.
Yeah, like, there's so many things. Like, it's so important to take care of ourselves. Like, I think, you know, for men, like, if men are depressed, not happy in life, then their sex drive is going to go down. So just get to take care of yourself, like, eat well, because those things affect hormones. Like, working out, it's super important as well. because it's like it makes
For,
me
like,
feel
for-
more confident.
Sorry.
No, it makes me feel it's okay. Maybe feel more confident, and healthy, and just it's good hormonally in every way, and it's like to not feel lazy, basically. We were gonna say something, and then we have a question here. I'd like to.
Let's go to the questions. I don't even remember.
Great observation, Heta. Nan says the enemy uses every opportunity. 100%.
Yeah.
Okay, for the men, and I think you can answer this too. Like, if you couldn't have sex anymore with your spouse, my spice, how would you react?
Is this like some kind of like that you?
It depends on what the
would
reason
be
is.
In an accident and get cut from here, like just.
Yeah. If that happens, then I don't know. I mean, it's you. You're with each other for life, for better, for worse. So that's it's. But what would I do? That's like, of course, you'd still be married and love each other. Yes, no matter what. What would you do though? I don't know. You could probably figure something out as long as you have some limbs working.
Yeah. So. Yeah, because sex is not just the certain body parts touching. It's also everything else, like hugging, snuggling, everything, kissing.
Yeah, but okay, but if so,
talking.
If an accident happens and all this, like I don't know, like would have to maybe ask a couple who has gone through that, maybe long seasons and physically not being able to have sex, and what you do then. Like I know that when a woman gives birth, there's going to be like 6 weeks or something like that, where you can't have sex. And I don't know what we do. We talk about it, figure it out. But let's say if we're talking about withholding sex. What would you do then? Ooh. Like, if you just all of a sudden it's like, nah, you're not in the mood anymore, then we would have to talk about it. We have to bring it up because I know it's not only hurting me, it's hurting you and our relationship.
Yeah.
If we wouldn't.
It's actually, I think that is a sin.
I think it's a sin to withhold sex.
Yes.
Well, it says on the Bible.
Yes, that's why I'm like, it's very wrong. Like, okay, there's a difference. Like, if I have a day that I just don't want, but like years, let's say years.
Yeah.
And you are being pursued, but you put someone down because that's this is how I view it.
Yeah. Why is this a sin? I was actually looking for a Bible verse.
Because God tells us to stay connected.
Yeah.
And
let's see here. There's the we can do this. New American Standard Bible. Do not.
Yeah, you're searching Bible.
Yeah. What is it like? Do not.
You also put your spouse in very difficult position if you like say that I don't want to have sex anymore.
Yeah.
Like. Yeah.
Yeah, I was looking at the past. Sorry, I don't want to like waste a bunch of time, dude. But there's a Bible verse talking because I'm paraphrasing it. Like, don't withhold intimacy from each other. Only for like a short period of time, if for prayer. But come back together then, so that the enemy won't tempt you. Because the thing is, the sex will actually protect us from temptation. And I can definitely feel that as a man. That's a huge relief. It'd just be like, oh, wow, I have an outlet. Like I have like, I know I have my wife there home waiting for me, like, and so that's hugely important.
I would say like, this is not black and white truth, but I would say like men might be way more tempted to like, I don't know, watch porn or whatever is maybe that, but as a woman I would think
some women are, but it's more common with men.
That women tend to more look for comfort, and if that doesn't come from there, then they search it from somewhere else, and it can be food or some other things that give comfort. I don't know.
Shopping.
I was about like that the connection and comfort need in the heart isn't fulfilled.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, because it's all like those things are all like trying to look for comfort, and sex in marriage is a huge source.
It's a huge
of
source,
comfort.
yeah. And I would say like if there is something like it doesn't even need to be a big issue, but if there is like some kind of issues, it's so good to go to talk to someone, not just anyone, but like somebody like a Christian parent or older married couple who's willing to. Not everyone is healthy enough and willing to talk about these things, but many are. So
yeah, I
just
think
sort things out.
there's so much shame and that's gonna put on sex and all that. And I am I didn't realize that there's certain things. Oh man, we talked about this recently. I mean, realize I have shame in certain areas when it comes to sex, and it's really good. And you're like, oh, I had no idea, you said. And I'm like, and you know, I thought I didn't. You know, I thought it was gonna be really healthy, and I think I was pretty healthy, but there was still some areas there where there's some shame that is like it's really liberating to get to work those through. Like there's always it's a great place to have like breakthrough, honestly. Like with that, because it's so intimate. It's such like sex is so intimate.
Yeah.
So how does the scripture that says your body is not your own apply to the marriage bed? Would you say it applies to the marriage bed? How would you say?
Well, I personally would see it as what we just said, that we shouldn't like never have sex. Like, nope.
Withhold from each other.
Yeah.
We shouldn't withhold. Okay.
Yeah, withhold is the word. But that can be also like I can do anything with your body I want, and that I don't see that.
That doesn't sound very healthy.
But that's also like because you love someone, and Bible tells to like when I love you and I want to please you with my heart, and you do the same, then that's very beautiful.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. Oh yeah, Nanette was saying here, accident and illness, they happen. We don't like to talk about it. True.
Yeah.
Creativity is important. Good answer.
Very good answer.
There you have it.
Yeah.
There you have it. Creativity is important. Yeah, absolutely. Because, you know, everybody has different, and you can have certain health challenges or physical ailments that will impact things. But, you know, the good thing is that there are a lot of options. There's a lot of freedom.
Yeah, again, we live in the world of shadows, or like bad things can happen that are not like what were originally planned.
What God wants, yeah. Well, I want to say on the flip side also that your body is not your own. It also means that to have like your body's not your own. Like it's also you're controlling yourself as well. You know, self-control is one of the fruits of the Spirit, and it's actually a very liberating thing. Self-control it's not like holding back like all these. I don't know. It's a liberating thing. I don't feel it as I have to like constantly hold myself back, but it's a fruit of the Spirit. So okay, let's see here. Unbalanced washer machine on spin cycle technique, yes or no?
I don't know.
I don't even know what that is, but if you guys are both happy with it, if you're and your wife.
I don't know what that is.
I don't even know what that is either. So. But if you guys are both happy with it, then fine. You know, and it comes out of a place of love and something that strengthens your connection.
I don't know what that is, seriously, baby.
Yeah.
So I'm having a hard time.
But I can give an easy answer, and this is the same answer I got from a female pastor who's very healthy in this area. It's like who guys were asking all these women questions. This is a minister school. They asked all the female pastors like questions about sex, and someone's asking, what are the boundaries in the bedroom? And basically, I'm paraphrasing right now, but it's basically like, whatever you think is fine. There are no boundaries, you know. If it comes from a place of love, then those things become irrelevant. So you can apply that to anything. Boom, that's the answer. Because we can go into all the little specific things, and I don't think it really makes much sense. What do you think?
Yeah.
All right. So we got a few more minutes here. Do you guys have any more questions?
Yeah.
That you would like us to answer? How about this? Carol saying the two have to be in agreement. Yes, it's so important.
It's very important.
Just look for that more than anything, because what fun is it if one person likes something and the other person isn't? No matter what it is, like if we go and watch the movie I would love to see, and you're like hating it, I'm not going to have a good time. And that applies to the bedroom as well. It's like, just not going to have a good time.
This in the movies.
Yeah. Or in the bedroom.
Yeah, sex for daddy man.
No, I was just joking. Yeah. Gunnar is saying, good to see you all. Blessings. I don't know what the subject, but the questions and the observations in the comments are interesting. Basically, we're like, ask us anything about sex, the topic of sex. So if you have any questions about that, we're talking about from a married perspective, you know, hopefully we can clear up some question marks you might have and give you guys some hope. That is what we want.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So feel free, if any questions, give a few more minutes. But, yeah. God knew what he was doing.
Yeah. I don't know why I've lately, like, when I've been scrolling my Instagram, seen a lot of these posts, like, that God designed sex, and I don't know, that's so well said, because that's true, and there's nothing dirty about it, and only thing that makes it dirty is the enemy and his lies.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Okay, well, we got a question. Let's last question. And if you guys have more questions, you can post them here, or we can talk about it some other time. So if you're watching this on YouTube, you can ask questions in the comments, and we'll read them for future lives. What happens if the man enjoys it and the woman can't stand it?
Well,
what happens then?
I think it stops then.
I think it stops. Absolutely. And I can just say, as a man, I wouldn't enjoy it. If the man enjoys this, the woman stops enjoying it, the man stops enjoying it if he's healthy. And of course, there can be so many things, like if she's not, like, a woman, you're not enjoying sex at all, there could be like trauma, there could be things there hindering. So I would just like dig deeper, spend time with the Lord, spend time in counseling, maybe talk to another married couple, like I've talked to married guys, before, and not so much as being married, but if there is a really an issue, like we need to talk to someone, then we have people we could go to.
Yeah.
So so figure out like what is the underlying root cause, because there's always something. Like, what is it? That's all. Like the important thing is, what is it that makes the woman or the man not enjoy it, and then figure that out. So
yeah,
what the root cause.
Yeah, it's basically, I give this example, like I get a migraine if I have stress and I eat a lot of sugar. And why do I have stress? Like, I need to dig deeper. Why do I have stress? What's causing, like, to go down, like, to really figure out the things and how to, instead of just like popping pills, to like, how can I remove stress from my life? How can I remove this root from my life?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, exactly. Because you could be like, yeah, I'm just gonna stop eating sugar and all that. But what is it that causing you to want to do that? For
Even
example?
eat sugar, yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good one. Very, very good one. All right. Awesome.
Yeah.
Thanks so much, guys. Appreciate all the questions. Appreciate you were very active. It was fun to talk about this with you, and being forced to stay with someone you don't love anymore. Yeah, that sounds tough. That sounds tough, and so much that could be said about that one. Yeah. So we will see you guys next time, next Thursday. We love you guys. This was a lot of fun, and keep sending questions and comments, and we'll talk to you guys in the future. Love you guys.
Love you. Bye.
Bye bye.